Going over our next workout with the minimal approach. Minimal equipment being used again for this workout. And we're gonna start off with an aerobic piece, right? We're doing 15 minutes of work, moving pretty consistently through this, and it's all gonna be body weight. This first portion that I have listed is a prescribed 400-meter run. Well, what we'd really like is 90 seconds of effort at about an RPE, rates perceived effort, of maybe 7 to 8 on that effort scale, okay? So that might be a shorter run for you. Maybe it's a longer one. Maybe it's a whole different movement in general. Maybe you're doing jumping jacks. If jumping jacks are too easy for you and you're not getting into 75 to 85% of that max heart rate, that'd be ideal. Then maybe you need to do high knees or lateral box overs, something that's gonna get your, again, max heart rate about 75 to 85% of that max heart rate is what we're shooting for this whole piece. So we want to sustain that, finding a good pace. After we do that run, or whatever you're substituting that with, we're moving into some exercises. That the first one is going to be the speed skaters. On our speed skaters, I would like you to set up a couple cones or markers to give you a target to jump to, so we can push ourselves on that lateral jump on how far we're performing those speed skaters, right? So if we need to go a little farther, a little bit narrower, but something that's going to challenge you for all 30 of those reps. Following those speed skaters, you're going to see that we have a single leg step up with a knee drive, right? On that step up, we want to make sure that we are making this front leg do all the work. So my weight's over my front leg, I'm driving this leg to the box, and then I'm driving this other knee right on up. But what I'm not doing is using the back leg to push off, right? Back leg's not the working leg, the front leg is. The last movement is going to be your burpees and push-ups. Today on the burpees, we're just going to add a push-up. So go down to your burpee, perform 2 push-ups on each one. So I'm going down, 2 push-ups, and then I'm up. That'd be 1 burpee. You're going to do 10 of them. So again, find your pace accordingly. Everyone might be a little bit different. The next portion of our workout is 12 minutes of work, but we're not going to be working with a elevated heart rate so much with this one. We can tone it back a little bit and focus a little bit more on quality of reps. The first movement that you're going to see is your Turkish get up. So of course, that's not one that we want to rush. We want to take our time and get a perfect Turkish get up. Take your time, work on those reps. Following that is you're going to have your single arm overhead squat. Look at the rep tempo next to it. You're going to see that we have a 2-second pause at the bottom of that rep. So overhead squat, my arms locked out overhead. I'm coming down, 1 second down, 1, 2 at the bottom, 1 second up, 1 second before I start it again. So we're going to keep this control and keep that tempo. If this is too difficult for you to perform, it's down to a front rack with the same tempo. Now, especially if we're scaling this back to a front rack movement, we need to be reaching full depth, reaching full range of motion. That's going to be your focus. Again, this 12 minutes is for quality, not quantity. The next movement that you're going to see is our single leg V up. So now we're working that core, and then the plank up downs. So finishing off with a little bit more of a aerobic push because of the reps, the amount of reps that you got for those plank up downs. Don't rush through them. Make the core work, minimize any shifting of the hips. It's often that we want to rush them, especially when we see this amount of reps and we're just trying to roll through them as fast as possible and the hips are just shipping side to side. Take your time to where those hips aren't turning, they're square to the ground. All right, so finish it right. This will be our workout for today.